Good afternoon, everyone. Today is Saturday, June 5th, 2016. My name is Leonard Lloyd, and another chapter in my life dealing with mental illness. The purpose of these videos is to educate you on my journey, how I'm dealing with it, how I'm coping, the mistakes I've made, the challenges that I face. These videos are not intended for you to do as I do. What works for me may not work for you. What works for you may not work for me. I am not a doctor, psychologist, psychiatrist. I hold a degree in nothing. This is my own personal journey, and I always ask that you share these videos with your friends and your family to let them know that this is one of the faces of mental illness. So you start some kind of discussion to take away the stigma and to add a layer of understanding. Back in November, when I first started doing these videos, I told you all that I would always be upfront and honest about what I was going through, because if I couldn't help you if I wasn't helping myself by being honest. And I have not been 100% honest with you. Today was a hard day in therapy today. I finally had to get off of that boat ride called denial and admit that I have a drug problem. And it's a problem that's been going on for years. And I have just tried to, ignore it, put it off. But it's also led to sexual compulsion. And it's gotten to the point that I have to do something to stop it before something happens that I don't want to happen. Last 4 or 5 years, I've been doing inhalants called poppers. It releases inhibitions when you're getting ready to have sex. Depending on how much was in the bottle, I would use them maybe every day, 2-3 times a day until the bottle was empty. And if I stretch it out, I could probably have that bottle for about 2 weeks. And this is something that's been going on for years. And it's also very expensive. I'm doing this today because last night I got extremely drunk. And was feeling lonesome. I had 4 Long Islands. Then I went to the bookstore. And I came home at 3 o'clock this morning. And I realized that this has to stop. I have to take control of my life back and get myself together. And when I told my therapist this, he said, well, you're finally admitting you have a problem. I said, well, if you knew this, why haven't you ever called me on it? He said, well, I've tried to talk to you about it for years, but you were in denial, and I could always tell when you came in for your sessions when you were on it. And just like learning that you have mental illness, saying it out loud takes so much stress and a load off of you. It was also hard for me to exactly write down, as I'm now looking for a group to join to fight my addiction. To write down that I am a substance abuser. You figure because it's not pills or heroin or something like that, that you can keep doing it and keep doing it and keep doing it. And it won't do any harm to you. It does do harm. You wind up finding yourselves in positions that you think you would never find yourselves in. I've always prided myself on being a good, decent person. I don't feel like that person anymore. I've let myself down, and I feel that I have let others down as well. So with that, and the reason is because it's just acting out, because the medication that I'm on for the bipolar disorder is just basically taking over my life sexually. And have no control over what I can't do. And this is another reason why the wall has gone up, and I try not to get close to anyone. So this is why I've been acting out. Um, Not because I needed it, because it was something to do, something to pass the time. I never knew who I was letting in the house. I never knew what might wait for me at the houses, the people that I went to. When you have a compulsion and an illness, you do what you have to do to fill that void. So I'm in the process now of looking for a sexual addiction group and a drug addiction group to get the help that I need to get myself back on track so I can go on with my life. Again, I apologize to all of you for not being open and honest with what I've been dealing with. I've read, several wonderful messages from a lot of you saying that some of you going through the same thing, and to read those messages and know that I was also going through it and not admitting it to myself and not admitting it to you. Again, for that, I'm very, very sorry. It's just hard. I don't know what reaction I'm going to get from people that know me. I know this is going to come as a surprise to them, but I can't worry about that. I feel that if people are with you, they're with you all the way. If not, then I'm going to have to let some people go, because right now I truly, truly have to concentrate on healing myself and getting myself in a better place, because right now I'm not in that place, and I want to continue to be around for a long, long time. So please share the videos to give friends and family understanding of what we go through, what we deal with, and how hard it is for us to try to maintain somewhat of a positive way of living. Because as I've said before, living with mental illness is not easy. It's not easy to talk about. It's not easy to listen to. Again, I apologize for not being open and honest with you. Let's all try to be strong. And I will see you soon.